You think you know Johnny Depp, but in 2025, things around him have taken some bizarre, shocking turns, and what's surfacing now might just rewrite everything you thought was true. He recently opened up a side of himself most fans barely knew existed: art, vulnerability, secrets. But at the same time, a string of controversies, warnings, and rumors have started swirling, threatening to cast him in a whole new light. Today, we dive deep into what's really going on with Johnny: the good, the strange, and the explosive. It all starts with something no one saw coming. Not long ago, Depp revealed a completely unexpected side project: paintings. That's right, the man known for swashbuckling adventures and tortured characters is now quietly showing off decades of personal artwork. In Tokyo, during the media preview of his exhibition, he explained that creating art, painting, drawing, has always been the one true constant necessity in his life. He said without it, his mind would explode. This wasn't some quick celebrity stunt. The pieces span 30 years. It's raw, emotional, and real, a side of Depp that feels intimate, vulnerable, almost therapeutic. For longtime fans, this was a shock. For critics, it raised a question: is this a new direction or a way to reshape his image? And speaking of reshaping, there's more. Right now, Depp isn't just acting. He's directing. His film mod, 3 Days on the Wing of Madness, a biopic about the legendary artist Emilio Modigliani, has wrapped filming. The project is raw and personal. Depp dedicated it to his late friend Jeff Beck, someone who meant a lot to him. Critics say this movie shows a version of Depp shedding his past controversies and rebuilding as an artist with purpose. Some are calling it his redemption arc. Others say it's a desperate comeback attempt. Either way, it's bold. But just when you think you've got Depp figured out, reality hits with a jolt. On January 6, 2025, he dropped a chilling warning to his entire fan base. Scammers impersonating him are out there, and they're using it to mimic his face and voice. He was serious. He clarified which social accounts are real and announced that he and his team will never ask fans for money or personal info. The fraud, he said, has already cost people hundreds of thousands. For a star whose name still sells headlines, this warning marked a sobering truth. Fame has its dangers, even from a distance. That cautionary note hints at a broader issue: identity, control, and the world's hunger for anything linked to Depp. But beyond the warning lies a storm of controversy. In a recent interview, Depp described himself as a crash test dummy for the #MeToo movement. That statement alone reignited vicious backlash. Many accused him of downplaying the movement's gravity. Critics argue he's framing himself as a victim again, using those three powerful words to draw sympathy and redirect attention away from past allegations linked to the bitter legal battle with his ex. Make no mistake, this isn't just about public image. Depp said this because, during the trial aftermath, he felt the betrayal of friends and colleagues, people he believed would stand by him, but instead turned their backs when things got messy. He claims isolation, mistrust, even fear. Some call it a raw confession. Others call it a PR play. Either way, it pulled back the curtain on a celebrity who, on the surface, seems victorious, but inside, says he's wounded. And yet, even with all the noise, Depp hasn't slowed down. He's taken on new projects. Among them, a new film titled Ebenezer, a Christmas Carol, a fresh take on the classic tale, set to hit screens in November 2026. For many, this signals ambition. You might wonder, is this the comeback we've been teased about, or the start of a downward spiral? Still, for all the professional moves, 2025 also brought personal turbulence. Recently, Depp faced an unexpected controversy, not from a tabloid or a judge, but from his own pet, his bull mastiff, adopted from a shelter. While being walked by an acquaintance near his countryside estate in East Sussex, the dog broke loose and attacked a neighbor's sheep, killing two. Depp wasn't present, but the headlines were immediate. He moved quickly to apologize, offered to pay the damages, and even hired a professional trainer to prevent future incidents. For some, this was just bad luck. For others, another sign that chaos still shadows him wherever he goes. So at this point, you might be wondering, what kind of man is Johnny Depp today? A tortured artist? A comeback king? A liability? Maybe all of the above. Through art shows, directorial ventures, personal admissions, and even warnings to fans, the story of Johnny's 2025 isn't just a comeback narrative. It's a character study in fame, guilt, resilience, and reinvention. But let's be real, nothing about this journey feels clean. None of it feels guaranteed. And today, more than ever, you have to decide, what side of the story do you believe? The art lover seeking redemption? Or the controversial icon still wrestling with shadows? Because no matter what people say, the world isn't done with him yet. There's one more twist though, perhaps the biggest. Behind all this hustle and drama, art shows, movie sets, legal scars, warnings to fans, there's a quieter shift happening. A transformation, the kind that doesn't make headlines. The kind that creeps into small interviews, late nights, quiet galleries. The kind that forces even fans to look twice. Depp said making art kept his mind from exploding. Directing a film about an artist might channel that rage or pain. Maybe his bull mastiff's tragedy reminded him that control is fragile. Maybe the scam warnings made him realize identity is fragile. What if this is less about comeback and more about rebuilding from the ashes, exploring truths, owning pain, creating legacy? But, and this is the million-dollar question, will the world accept that version of him? Because there's audience that sees a rebirth. There's also those who see a man teetering on the edge of public opinion, ready to fall again at any misstep. One of the last things Depp said in that interview struck me. Sometimes fame feels like being a crash test dummy. Painful. Disposable. Used for someone else's agenda. Maybe his paintings, his films, his warnings, they're not just headlines. They're survival tools. And if he survives this chapter, what comes next could be bigger than any trial, any dog scandal, any comeback. It could be his legacy. So I want you to ask yourself, is Johnny Depp's 2025 story a tragic fall, a messy comeback, or the start of something unpredictable, something real? Because if you think you know him now, you might be about to lose that certainty. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want more updates on Johnny Depp's career, controversies, and latest developments, drop a comment below. What do you think is coming next? And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're ready for more.